So whilst I was here, I also salvaged the debris field and looked at the planetary survey. So we have a planet here with a okay hazard rating. I would prefer this to be lower at 75%, but for now we have at least habitability with nothing else affecting access. It's just extreme weather and hot. So it is quite a relatively large planet, so it's consuming a bit more supplies, but let's see if we can find anything good from it. And in this case we found something even better, widespread ruins. So this is something that we can investigate once for extra loot, and then if we build on the planet itself we can build a tech mining structure which will excavate the rest of the hidden items. In this case it can be all sorts of things. Most of the times it's just supplies and fuel, but you'll occasionally get blueprints, rare cannons, things like that. You want to emphasize building these types of colonies on planets that have widespread or higher types of ruins. If it's just scattered, it probably is not worth it unless the planet itself is worth it. In this case it also has, so it has poor rare ore, which means it will still produce ore, but it'll produce one less than normal. It has rich standard ore. This is transplutonic ore. This is rich standard ore, so this is very good for refining. And it has absolutely nothing else. So this planet can't produce food, it can't produce organic components. So this is a good world to go with, but it is going to have problems with food imports, perhaps. In the meantime, we want to go back and click Explore the Ruins, and let's see what we find. So it says a cargo manifest of heavy machinery, not the most amazing. Again, I wish I had some personal skill here. And nothing particularly amazing. Shield conversions. I'll take everything. But that's a lot of machinery at least. And then once you've explored it once, that's it. You can't explore it again. You have to build on the colony to do it again. So whilst we're here, we did notice a few other things. There's another planet here, some unknown sensor contacts floating around, and a comm relay to take over. So what I will do is I'll remember that this is here, and I will head to the comm relay and grab that. Now, why would I grab the comm relay in particular? Because comm relays in this game work as a way of ferrying information from system to system. So when you fly near a comm relay, whether that be in hyperspace or in the system, you'll be updated about the bounties on the galactic map. This can be very handy if, say, you are exploring all the way out here, or out here. You want to know if maybe there's a bounty floating around. So you could grab that whilst you're out and about, build a comm relay in that system, and it'll keep you up to date. At the same time, a comm relay also lets you check market prices for objects, which is more useful for when you're building your colonies. In this case, we can see here, we can bring the relay online. This should only take up 5 heavy machinery, which is better than anything else. And as this system has nothing inside of it that we need, it has no civilized planets, we don't need to install a comm sniffer. What you could do in civilized worlds, however, is install a comm sniffer which lets you sort of detect what's going on from the system, such as exploration contracts or things like that. And that will let you act as if you were in that system, but no matter where you are in the galaxy. The difference is a comm sniffer tends to get detected within about 2 to 3 months and is removed. In this case, because we own it, the comm sniffer would stay there all the time. And you see here, immediately after placing it, a personal bounty has appeared. As we've been informed by the comm network that there is in fact a bounty, and he is very close to us. So this would be perfect. Say we were exploring, we'd find the bounty, he's right here. Want to grab some extra credits, we could do that. Unfortunately, he's hiding out, probably not in this Knossos, but probably near a gas giant with orange primary star, so he could be hiding probably in Beta Knossos here, but it's one of those things you'd have to go hunting for them. And whilst I was exploring around, I found a supply cache and a dormant ship, so we'll check both of these out. Some more supplies. Say no to that. And we'll finish off this ship. This is a good old-fashioned 3-on-1. It's only a little drone ship, so it should be okay. I'm just going to overwhelm its shields as it's not able to do much. Bang, and the dirt is gone. And fortunately we got a little gamma core from that, so that's 30,000 credits already, in addition to the credits from these blueprints that we will sell, and the survey datas, which is not too bad. It's not perfect, but we're getting somewhere. Got a little remnant ship following us around still. So let's take a look at the barren world. Anything of value here. Cheap supply cost though, so maybe we'll find some ruins. Nothing, just some more class 1 survey data. This is a pretty rubbish world. But to the south there is some supplies, I believe, in the form of debris field. So let's see what we can get. Ah, we find a minor equipment cache in the Zaradiu star system. I have no idea where that is. Just some junk. So, whilst I'm in this system, I want to make use of this transplutonics that I have. Specifically, I'm going to use this to help me find more stuff in system by building a sensor relay at this stable location. What this will allow me to do is it'll boost my sensor range, which at the moment isn't particularly impressive. Combine that with sensor burst, and we should be able to detect any other hidden stuff around here. Maybe some more remnant ships, debris fields. I'd be quite happy to find another Legion battle carrier, but I won't push my luck too much. Anyway, so we got the location, and here it is, sensor relay, or sensor array, sorry. It will use 20 machinery, 100 metal, and 10 transplutonics. So in general, I always like to keep maybe 300 metal on me later on. I always keep a lot of heavy machinery, and then about 30 odd transplutonics, or maybe even 100, because you can get metal from anywhere, and then you can just go in combat to replenish your supplies when you're out exploring the galaxy. And I see immediately after building that, something popped up right over here. So our sensor range is now jumped up by 400. You can go take a look at that. And we're finding all sorts of things here. We've got a debris field, we've got a supply cache, got something else up here. So lots of little debris clouds in this system. I'm quite happy with that. Probably a system of a battle that happened. So we can do a bit of salvaging. Oh, ice giant in the Coupe star system. Coupe. Wait, isn't this Coupe? 1 second. So we'll salvage this. Look at our galactic map. Oh, that's Chax. That's Delta Wheelo. Okay, so where was that? So exploration. Oh, okay. I was thinking of a different name from another game. So we know that all the way out here in Coupe is a orbital habitat, which will have a lot of supplies on it. There's also minor equipment caches, rare ores, ultra-rich ores. I wish it would give you the exact locations of them, but it just tells you that it is orbiting an ice giant. So eventually we'll get there and we'll be able to find that. Unfortunately, I wish there was a way you could delete these habitable world notifications or anything after you've already explored them. But they tend to stick around in your journal for a bit. If anybody knows how to get rid of these, please let me know in the comments. Thank you. In the meantime, let's go grab this supply cache. Anything of value? Volatiles, okay. I'll take this. Good for finding rare objects, but nothing particularly amazing. And we'll form a second salvage, a bit more junk. Okay, let's head up north, go to this one. All the while this little remnant ship is shadowing us. I wish I could detach a smaller fleet to go deal with him. Unfortunately, he doesn't want to get close enough to let me do that. Or I wish I could do that, rather. And as I got closer, a smaller object appeared over here. I believe there was also another one over here somewhere as well. So it might be worth it to investigate the entire belt of this system, given the amount of debris floating around. So let's see. Transmitter. Okay, so we've got a transmitter inside, send out an encrypted signal. Okay, has to be nearby. Grab the loot. Immediately go dark. And then do one more salvage. Oh, can't because he's too close. Now we can. Grab the rest. So stay dark. That's a supply cache, okay. So the reason I went dark is because... Ah, there we go, there it's coming right now. There's another fleet over here. Something is coming, something big is coming towards where I was. So I want to get into this belt right here before it detects me. Ah, it's looking for me. So what have we got? We got a dormant fleet. Okay, so that is a pirate flotilla. But that looks fairly easy to deal with, actually. It's a bunch of damaged, converted cargo ships. And this remnant's not going to be a problem. This one isn't going to join the pirates. So what we could do is we could grab some extra supplies and go deal with this pirate fleet. Let's go make a little quick save. And announce ourselves. Oh, and he's actually trying to keep his distance because he doesn't think he's strong enough. Okay. So what we could do is go dark. Slow down by holding S. He's going to come closer. Executing search pattern. Okay, so he's gone dark as well. So what I'll do now is turn off my going dark. Oh, actually I can't do an emergency burn because the Legion carrier's too damaged. That's a shame. But maybe we can spring on him. No, we can't. We're a bit hamstrung at the moment by having that large damaged ship in our fleet. If I unmothball him, he would chew up nearly 200 of our supplies and make our entire fleet under strength, so I want to keep him mothballed for now. Likewise, we can't do an emergency burn, and if we had a transverse jump, we couldn't do that either. So we are effectively hamstrung in our navigational capacity, but at least those pirates will not be attacking us. They don't think they're strong enough to do so. Thank God. And we'll grab this supply cache. Anything of value in here? There's some supplies. Nothing major. And we'll grab the remnant ship. Okay, for this one I paired up my 2 wolf frigates and my experimental frigate. So they should be more than enough. I can hope. The wolves will try and get behind him at least. It's like he's tickling. There we go. Look at that, as he gets all bullet timey on him. It's almost like he's a phase frigate. Almost. I wish they would just deliver the killing blow, though. There we go. Wasn't really a killing blow, more like a killing barrage. Unfortunately, he had no good loot on him. I would have appreciated at least a gamma core from that. Unfortunate. So, let's keep exploring. I will come back in a bit if I find anything. So, strangest thing, as I was coming back out of the system, the pirate fleet decided to get itself straight on a course in front of me. So it looks like I'm going to be getting a little bit of an extra resupply as we head out. Hooray! And for this one we can now actually put a few combat ships into the engagement. Deploy all of them except the civilian cruiser. You can maybe bring him in if something bad happens. Again, set my ship to autopilot. And we'll see if there's anything important that I should focus on. A lot of these ships will be smart enough to take out these converted cargo freighters on their own. I just want to make sure that nobody goes too far or get stuck. Oh, a phase frigate, phase frigate versus a time ship. This is going to be a very long match. Okay, so I want this guy to deal with the drone tender. All the while my cruiser. Okay. So I want him to emphasize going after this ship. Okay, actually I want him to go for this one. That's the capital ship, you could say, of the pirates. And he's overloaded when he just narrowly dodged that torpedo. Actually, I'll assume control. Let's do this myself. Come on, reload. Get a torpedo out. There we go. Perfect. Okay, let's put it back into automatic. As they dealt with the combat freighter, let's pair up these two guys. In the meantime, Scarab class. Oh yes, because he is a very experimental ship. I want to overwhelm this with a lot of fast ships, probably. This freighter will probably get away. Hello, Mr. Destroyer. Come to make a house call. It's more like an examination. Okay. So, phase frigates on their own against one of a ship are a very deadly opponent, but the key is to overwhelm them. Because eventually they have to come out of phase, and once they do, they just get tag teamed. So who is left? Send you there, and you two can help with that. Actually, you can go there. You guys can all come. Oh, I'm out of command points. So you see with this particular ship, he has to maintain his forward shield. But he is not able to rotate it like an omnidirectional one is. And now the big crews are going to play. This is where speed can be actually most important for your ships. A slow ship with lots of guns is completely useless in a protracted firefight against smaller ships that can fly around and poke at it at range, really. Okay, and only a few ships escaped. We can pursue them. Order my second in command. And we'll send a couple of frigates after it. As for me, I lost a wolf frigate, so let's bring him back from the dead. That's the advantage of having reinforced bulkheads. And oh, they even dropped a mod. Decreases the amount of damage taken from EMP weapons such as ion cannons. I think I'll sell this for now. It's a mod I more use later on when fighting larger fleets. Pirates don't really make use of EMP weapons. And a heavy autocannon. A very nice little battleship cannon. Perfect. Take all. So for that one we got a couple of skill points. So let's see, we're going to get that burn level bonus and transverse jumping. And you actually notice with this, it gives a burn level bonus of 1 and the bonus to sustain burn. So it's effectively a 2-level burn when you're traveling around, which can be very, very advantageous. And detected at range for sensors. This will keep you alive, especially in situations like before where the pirate fleet came looking for us. If we had this, we could have probably snuck past them a lot quicker. And then after this, I'll get the sensor range bonus, which combined with its burn level penalty reduction for using the ability means that you can explore a lot quicker and a lot smoother. And after this, I'm going to then emphasize industry and probably salvaging. This will give me a lot more loot for exploration, which will give me a lot more money early game. And then probably I will want to start emphasizing maybe recovery operations or loadout design. Depends on if I want to try and get more stuff or if I want to try and make what I have better. This one is a very good one. You should emphasize getting this at some point. These ones emphasize more your economical aspects of your fleet. Specifically, if you're playing with a build involving lots and lots of junker ships, safety procedures and field repairs are probably a given for that. But I would play that with the full assumption that your ships are going to be exploding quite a lot as well, because you don't want to keep damaged ships that have lots of these debuffs with them. Anyway, so that was a good little start for episode 5. We got some mod blueprints, some surveying, a gamma core. We found ourselves effectively what you could call your capital ship. I know there are probably better variants out there, specifically the higher tech variants such as the Atlas carrier. But this ship, if you found something like this in your run, it is a very good starting find. Its supply usage is completely outclassed by the fact that this thing will be able to kill things on its own, at least with all of its squadrons of fighters it could do so. As for all this stuff in particular, if you want to try and locate this exact same equipment and loot that I've been finding, you can do that through the same domain sector registry ID here, which is sort of the galactic seed, as it were. I'll put this seed in the comments below the video. So if you want to play exactly and find exactly the same loot, I hope it works the same way. So you'll be able to find that battle carrier in Chax, just like you found the research station up in Zezbeth and Kang up over here. So this is a good way to find some extra loot if you are just looking for a straight match of treasure. Let me know in the comments, however, if you do this and you don't find the exact same treasure in these systems, because I believe it should be exactly the same using this registry ID. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. I hope the editing was good enough, and I hope I get better with it. See you around, and have a good week.